relationships should be you both just loving each other with the purest of intentions. I'm about to go on a little walk. Little walk and talk. Damn, I got no water. Fuck. I'm gonna die. Yeah, nah, this is gonna be a 30-second vlog. I ain't gonna lie. Damn. Look at this view though. Look at that view. Was that a rainbow? Oh, I'm tripping. But hopefully y'all can hear me good. I hope. Should I put it like this or? I think the angle's good like this. Yeah, this place is really calming for me. I like this place. I really like bodies of water. Like when I can just sit by a body of water and just like calm myself, or just sit and think, just ponder. It's kind of therapeutic. It's soothing. I suggest you guys all find yourselves your own peace area. It doesn't have to be like a body of water, like how I'm by a body of water, like how I like my bodies of water right now. But for you guys, it might be like a library, or you feel me, a library or a park, you know, or the beach, you know. You feel me? Anywhere where you can just sit and think to yourself, you know. My peace area, I prefer to be in my peace areas alone, you know. Because anytime where I'm able to just sit and think and be alone with my thoughts, I get to figure out myself more, and I learn about myself more. And even when I'm not doing too much thinking, it's kind of just a nice place to just come to when I'm looking for silence and for calm. Kind of wanted to talk to you guys about losing something that you loved. You know, losing something that you loved, or someone, and like the grief that comes afterward. With grief comes a lot of different kind of emotions, you know. Usually, you know, you're feeling a lot of sadness, anger, even depression, confusion, you know. And it's when you're grieving, you kind of just want it to be over, you know? But it's hard because the person or the thing that you lost, that you loved so much, you never wanted to lose them in the first place. So that's really what makes the grieving part so difficult. You know, and like the first thing you gotta understand is that all those emotions and the ways that you're feeling, all of that is perfectly normal. You know, all of that is perfectly normal, and it's okay. You know, it's okay. Because you won't feel like that forever. It's part of the process, unfortunately, but it is. Oftentimes, though, I feel like, especially people of my generation or people nowadays, the reason why people get so hurt after, you know, relationships with people or with things, loved ones, things that they cared about so deeply, or that they so-called, you know, loved. The reason why when those relationships end and people are filled with so much like emotions and grief and like regret, I find it that it's probably because, you know, you never really loved that thing or that person with pure intentions, or with your full heart, or you never really loved them all the way, you know. Like, that's why when these relationships end, you usually end up feeling regret. Like, you regret putting so much time into that person. You regret putting so much effort into this thing. You regret doing all of these things for that person. You regret, showing up. You regret giving. You regret being so generous. But it's like, why would you regret that? Why? If you love that so-called person or that so-called thing with all of your heart, then why would you ever have any regrets? And then with regret comes anger. And then, you're mad that it's over, that it ended. And that, things ended certain ways. But you should be happy that if you loved that person or that thing with all of your heart, with the purest of intentions, and you gave it your all, you tried your best, that should make you happy. You shouldn't be angry after the fact. Nowadays, a lot of people end their relationships on bad terms, people going around, oh, fuck my ex. Oh, fuck my ex best friend. She a snake. He a snake. Fuck him, fuck that nigga, he weird, I don't fuck with him no more. And it's like, why? It's as if you entered that relationship with the idea that you needed to get something out of them. You went into that relationship before it even started. Like, once it began, you already went into that relationship with the intention or with the mindset that it was going to be transactional. I'll give you this, but you gotta give me this in return. And I don't believe that's how relationships should be. Because when you don't receive that thing in the end, or when you feel like that person didn't do enough, or you didn't get what you bought, you didn't get what you feel like your love was worth, that's when things end up bitter. That's when relationships end so bad. And then now you have grudges toward this person, or hate in your heart for that person that you once so-called loved. When you love a person, or even when you truly want to help a person, or you truly care for something, you're not loving the person or caring for the person or caring for the thing or loving for the thing with the idea that they're going to give you something in return. You're doing these things, you're loving them, and you're caring them for them simply out of the pureness of your heart, simply because you want to. Okay? You don't need something in return. If things don't work out, then they don't work out. If things don't last, nothing good is going to last forever. You feel me? If it lasts forever, if it's too long, then chances are, it won't be good anymore. Chances are it's not good for you anymore. I was hurt by people, and it made me feel angry. It made me feel sad. I was, what I'm saying? I still am. I'm still mad. I'm still sad. I'm still fucking angry. I still be having regrets. But it's just, I'm just happy when I think about all the things that I've done and all the effort that I gave to these people. I'm just happy that I tried, And now there's someone else out there who I can try again with and do the same thing with. Just give them all of the parts of me. I feel like 2025, especially with social media and how we see others act and how relationships are portrayed online, people just come into these relationships. People just form relationships out of games. You feel me? Oh, I'm gonna do this, but I ain't never gonna trust no female, or I ain't never gonna trust no nigga. You feel me? Oh, what did they be saying on Twitter and shit? You feel me? I'll never post. I'll love somebody behind the screen, but I'll never post them. I'll never have people thinking that I'm in love. I'll never thinking I'm green. I don't want people, you know what I'm saying? Like why are you playing them games, bro? Why? You just wasting people's time. You wasting your own time. If you heading into a relationship already with doubts. If you heading into a relationship already with doubts, then gang, don't head into the relationship at all. Oh, that's a blue jay. It's a blue jay. Relationship shouldn't be I give you this and in return you give me that. Relationships should be you both just loving each other with the purest of intentions and the purest of your heart, and both of you just trying your best. You know? But yeah. When you enter relationships with this mindset, when, you know, if it ends, if these new relationships that you form, if they end or if the roads start getting rocky, you won't feel so angry anymore. The grief won't be so bad. You know, your spirit and your mental won't be as damaged. You know.